the Christmas spirit and determined to enjoy themselves on live television.
Hello, Noel.
Cliff, you started off complaining that you hadn't got anybody with you. You seem to have quite a good crowd now.
We did things like ask people to bring a fried egg to their local outside broadcast.
I don't believe this.
One of my personal favourites, could you bring a door?
Stephen, where did you get it from?
Where did you nick it from?
The house.
He's nicked it from his front door.
Splendid. Those challenges will keep going.
I always used to think, oh, when are they ever going to come to Tottenham? Because we lived in Tottenham. You know, when are they going to come and say hello to the people of Tottenham? But it never happened. It was always in Birmingham or Swansea or Leeds or, you know, it was never, like, just down the road from you.
But on one Christmas morning with Noel, punters who went along hoping for the oxygen of publicity ended up merely needing oxygen.
Why on earth they came up with the idea that we were going to have people die live on air? They had these guys running up the tower, but they all took it a little too seriously.
Please. Number 49 is Mark. He's on for £1,500 from Ski Yoghurt, and away goes Mark.
The telecom tower, fantastic view from the top, but there's 960 steps to the top.
I seem to recall that the first person up definitely looked like they needed medical assistance.
That was me.
Now, the first one to arrive was Joe.
Hang on, Cliff. Cliff, just hang on a second. The first idiot's arrived up the tower now.
So I'm sitting there trying to carry on doing this live show, camera in front of me and all this sort of thing. And there's people over here going...
Who's that? Number 49. Number 49, that's Mark.
And then my next concern is, oh, my mum has seen this. I better give her a ring and tell her that I'm OK.
We rapidly run out of time on this fabulous Christmas day. It's a great day for me, I must admit, a great opportunity to present live television on 2 continents. I hope that you have an immaculate Christmas day. I wish you well and have a wonderful time.
And after Noel, the all-singing, all-dancing, fun-packed wingding party, which was Christmas Top of the Pops.
And you have about 35 minutes to tune yourself up for another kind of music, if you're going to BBC One's Top of the Pops Christmas party.
I always used to put, like, a huge cross beside it in the Radio Times, and I used to get dead excited about it, but usually, Christmas Day, I'd get to see, like, the opening credits and, like, maybe, like, half a minute of Bananarama with tinsel in their hair, and then I'd get sent out to make tea for 20 people, and by the time I got back, it was switched off.
It was round about lunchtime that things got serious. And that 2 o'clock, if you like, frontier, when Top of the Pops was being broadcast, signalled that serious entertainment now follows. You have been warned.
Everybody settled down for lunch, and every year without fail, there was a massive row, and it was caused by Top of the Pops, because we were all boys entering puberty and whatever, and we wanted to see this programme.
Are you hanging up the stocking on your wall?
And my father said every single year, is there not one day in the year that you can do without watching, as he would say, that cursed box?
Christmas Top of the Pops was the party where everyone was welcome, even Simon Bates and the Hairy Cornflake.
I don't think it was too difficult to get the atmosphere going. I mean, there was a certain amount of snowflakes scattered around the studio, and generally speaking, Slade were on there, and whenever you see Slade, you immediately think it's Christmas.
Are you hanging up the stocking on your wall?
I remember we were always asked to dress up in... Well, we weren't asked, we were told to dress up in silly costumes. We always either had silly hats on, and I remember one I did where we had all these Christmas decorations round, and eventually by the end of the programme, ha ha ha, we were covered in Christmas decorations and nobody could see us.
Thank you, Mr. Blackburn.
Nobody was allowed to speak to me during Christmas Top of the Pops, because to me it was like a dream come true that all the number ones of the year in one show. Oh!
When the snowman brings the snow, when he just might like to know.
The biggest selling acts of the year knew they would be on the Christmas special, but it was less certain who would end up as the presenters.
All of us as DJs who worked for Radio 1 at the time, it was one of those things you waited and waited and waited to see if you were going to be asked to do it. And then when you were asked to do it, you felt great. If you weren't asked to do it, you didn't feel so good.
Hello and welcome to a special Christmas edition of Top of the Pops. Woo! What are you doing? You want to watch where you put that?
Top of the Pops was a very, very strange experience. The bit that's always been suppressed is the bitter rivalry between the disc jockeys to get on Top of the Pops.
If I get elected, I'll stop the cavalry.
You would kill somebody who might take over your slot on Top of the Pops. Vicious rivalry behind the scenes, because it was so important to your career.
That was Tony Orlando and Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. And I open up in pantomime at East Ham tomorrow, and that's a song I shall be ruining twice daily. So I hope you'll come along and see me.
Having opened up Radio 1, I was always, the blue-eyed boy, which always used to annoy the others, I think, a little bit. And then Noel Edmonds became the blue-eyed boy, which annoyed me.
I got this off your dressing room door.
Star.
Working with Noel was a lot easier than working with Jimmy Savile. You know, you'd be in the middle of something and he'd be going, oh. And there's no answer to that. I mean, that is Jimmy Savile, really. I mean, that's all he does, you know. Now then. Oh.
We had a good time because we were opposite personalities to each other. We weren't against each other like that. He did his thing and couldn't be me, and I did my thing and didn't want to be him. And between us, we were like Jack Sprat and his wife. We licked the platter clean.
I remember the producer used to say to us, you got 15 seconds to do the link, and you've got to finish there because we're doing this sweeping shot, we're doing all this stuff going on. And they would always say, and Jimmy Savile is the best at it. And you'd be going, well, of course he can fill 15 seconds, because when he said something, he just fills the rest of it by going, how's about that then?
As it happens, ladies and gentlemen, the Romans, when feasting, used to adopt this sideways position. Now, there's very few people actually know why they adopted this sideways position. Probably only... Listen, in the meantime, everybody remembers this. Number one from, of course, the Sweet Sensations.
One time I pretended to fall asleep on the table in front of me, you see, and he's going da-da-da-da and lift me and went, oh, is that a bang, put it back. Those were the marvellous Christmas things we got away with.
Here's the first person to pass out. The tea's been too much for him. Let's see if he's all right, shall we? Good gracious, it looks like the turkey, doesn't it? We're putting...
And I just lifted him up and then just put it down. I would have liked to have slammed his face down a little bit more than that.
All the guys and gals, all the best. The merriest of all, yeah.
One year, all of the Radio 1 DJs were invited onto the programme to sing All You Need Is Love through gritted teeth. Maybe this would stop the feuding. But when that failed, it was time for drastic action.
One year I said to hell with it and got each group to introduce the next group, and we didn't have any DJs at all. And they were all mighty miffed.
Time for waiting, waiting to see.
Have a great Christmas, everybody.
Queen's Speech, Francis Ford Coppola, take 6.
You can't do that to the family. Burrell, I am talking to you. You can't do that to the family. You're dead to me, Burrell. Bada boom! Dead to me.
Queen's Speech, George Lucas, take 1.
Bad year have I had.
Queen's Speech, Woody Allen.
I mean, the year I've had, people giving back OBEs, it's just like, I mean, you think you've had a bad Christmas. I mean, my Christmas, I'm here, I'm making a speech. I mean,